All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And of course,
It's time.
it's time. My Hero Academia, episode 12. Oh, the penultimate episode of season 1.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's okay.
Because
You know
All
why?
Might is here.
Because
Yeah.
All Might is here. Okay, so I still think this is going to be a win for the good guys.
But they're gonna
but-
make it be like a
But
bittersweet.
it's really scary right now.
Yeah,
We have
yeah.
Aizawa seriously injured.
He is out.
13 might be
Dead,
dead, but
might not.
I think 13 might make it because
But
13
definitely
seems
out of
to
the
be
fight.
13 seems to be some kind of almost non-physical being at this
Yeah.
point.
Which is pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, we had Deku almost get killed. It looked like
almost get
and
no mood or
yeah, and All Might's here,
right.
so he's going to get into the fight. But is All Might going to be able to actually win the fight? Because he doesn't have much time on his All Might form,
and
so to
Nomu
speak.
sucked up Deku's punch
Like it was nothing. Yeah.
But we do have Deku, Todoroki, and Bakugo for the good guys to help out.
And Sue.
Oh, and Sue, absolutely.
I mean, to be fair, I think Sue's strengths are
in like utility stuff.
well, no, I just think that she'd be more effective against like the helmet thing of the portal guy.
Oh,
like
sure,
she could
yeah.
grab it from long range and pull it away from his form. But I
Right.
don't think she should go anywhere
Or
near
the
that guy
hands
with
guy.
the shattering
No,
power.
he could just like grab her tongue or
and
something.
Nomu
like,
probably would just
Yeah.
rip her tongue off or something.
Right.
So I feel like yeah, we need to be very careful about who engages these
Yes.
three guys because they're very dangerous and they work together.
Right.
But I'm looking forward to a good fight. I'm looking forward to a good
it's
fight.
gonna.
All right, guys, you told us that the hype is real for this episode, so
it
without
is
further
very
ado,
real.
let's get right into it. Wow. So, I guess we know why plus ultra is a word used at the
Yeah.
academy. Okay, so there's a couple things that just kind of blew my mind this episode. He was seeming to summon power from beyond 100%, which doesn't make
Whatever
sense
the
if you
heck
think about it
that
from a
means.
cheesy sense, but what I think it actually means is it's like Avatar state. When those
Okay.
connections were being made, he was basically
Sure.
drawing upon more power than he could hold within himself because he is he has the one for all quirk.
Yeah.
Which all the previous holders he can access.
That would make
And
a lot of sense.
That would, it's not just some mob psycho thing where he randomly jumps
Yeah,
to
yeah,
1,000%.
yeah.
It's
Although that
actually
was
a
awesome when it
mechanic
happened.
within the quirk
right.
because
Okay.
of the transferring. Also, Nomu had 2 quirks, which means that there is a possible way
Yeah.
to artificially induce a quirk into someone.
Right.
Now, Nomu does not look human. Like, Nomu looks like a bird
Yeah.
monstrosity thing.
Right.
I mean, he's humanoid. But does that mean that there's someone that can,
Yeah.
who, as a scientist? Like, maybe the League of Villains is led by someone who's,
Some crazy mad scientist.
yeah, who's,
dude that-
creating quirks or,
Yeah.
artificially creating quirks.
I could see that happening.
That would be really cool because it wouldn't be someone like All Might that's,
Yeah.
got some crazy strength power. It's someone
Right.
that's a sick genius.
Because then it would also basically be a way, if you think about it from a meta story perspective, that would be a way for us to get introduced to essentially an endless supply of awesome villains.
Yes. Yes. So they would be someone that's a different version of All Might, basically. Instead of having a legacy of transferring, it's someone that's basically creating new villains, but giving them a quirk that fits their motivations and their goals.
And is just, super high tier of
Super
crazy powerful.
Yeah, maybe not necessarily powerful, but intelligent. Because shonens in general sometimes suffer from dumbing down things a little bit to the viewer's level.
The battle of the big glowy explosions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what good shonen need is intelligent, well thought out, multidimensional characters on not only the protagonist side but the
also the
antagonist
villain
side.
side. Yeah.
So I think that's maybe who that guy was talking about when he was saying father.
Oh, sure.
Like, cause it would
okay.
make him very similar to Deku, you know?
Yes. And okay, so now here's an interesting parallel.
Yeah.
What's another anime that we both know and love very much that's a shonen that transcends the shonen genre, where the main villain is called Father?
Yeah. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Like,
well, the other thing is, Father in that was creating super-powered villains with parts of himself.
Right.
And imbuing that... so that works with the scientist thing.
And do you know what else happened in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
What?
We got greed. We got a villain anti-hero. If we got a villain anti-hero in My Hero Academia, I would probably crap myself.
But I don't think that's like something that's been introduced thus far.
No.
Like, none of these people seem like they...
No, none of these characters.
Yeah.
But...
Maybe that's like a future thing or something. But yeah, we'll take a look because the creators of this have obviously been inspired by other stuff and combined it in their perfect little formula.
Uh-huh.
But we'll be on the lookout for that because now that seems really plausible. Because this is kind of the prologue story, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
it looks like the good guys are going to be okay. If anything, All Might lose his ability to use the power for more than like a little bit,
right?
Or he might lose it completely.
Well, and this might be a time where basically it gets sort of revealed to the at least the school, even if not the world at large, that All Might is.
Maybe it's just these boys, you know?
Yeah,
like Bakugo and Todoroki and
like
Kirishima.
And okay, I absolutely love that they brought the kids in to fight because one of the things that did bother me in Ruby Volume 3, was why didn't the teachers all team up and just spank the bad guys? But two, why didn't we get to see like awesome group of the good guy characters just go through like a SWAT team and just like be awesome? Right.
And we saw that, but it was against nondescript Atlesian forces and Grimm.
We didn't get to see it against like
actual villains, like
villains.
Like seeing Emerald and Mercury and Cinder all kind of fighting a group of heroes and stuff. So back to My Hero Academia, I agree. We had a fight finally where we saw basically the boundaries of what we thought to be possible pushed. Plus Ultra. That was so good. Having Nomu sent into space is perfect as well because it removes the aspect of the villains basically recovering a character.
Right.
Like they're actually dead for the story's sake, quote unquote. I mean, there's a possibility that Nomu didn't get sent into space and just got launched like 10,000 miles that way.
Or there is a possibility that the warp guy could basically warp him back.
Oh no! I don't think they're gonna pull that out of their hats. That would be kind of lame. Yeah, it would nullify what All Might did.
Right.
But if anything, there might be like a quest to find Nomu in the future because Nomu like went into the ocean. And he's just kind of laying there at the bottom, just like I couldn't even regenerate, and then I drowned myself. And then they go and like pick up the remains and for scientific evidence, like reason, like the villains are all like tinkering with him. Yeah. But I feel like that's a really good hint of what the villains' like goal is they want to kill All Might. It's pretty basic and stuff, but they have a league of villains,
right? And
they have the ability to artificially create villains to an extent.
Yes.
Well, whatever Nomu is.
Right. Whatever
with
he is.
Multiple quirks,
and
specifically designed. It's not like they were rolling a dice. You know?
Yeah. It's not like they're giving them a random quirk that like matches their personality, although that might have something to do with it. Maybe. They specifically made Nomu to be something to counter All Might. That means they knew they were able to basically give him the super strength and the shock absorption and things like that.
Right. That definitely reinforces my science and then your father theory. It's a combination probably of the two of those.
Now, we need to talk about that part at the end where it seemed like the hands guy was gonna, take off seals or something and like...
Yeah, so we kind of get an idea of what his quirk is, but I really am confused with the hands. They don't seem to make sense unless like there's some aspect of his power that's in combination with the
hands. So
hand.
Here's what it could be. We all know that anime tentacle powers are the most OP power that you could possibly have, right? But what if these were anime disintegration tentacle powers.
So each hand
can basically be like telekinetically controlled, but then it also disintegrates whatever it touches.
Oh.
So basically his...
So does he have to grab something in order to disintegrate it?
I think so, but if he has the disconnected hands and he can just have those like come off of himself and float around, that would be...
I think that would look a little lame because...
Okay, yeah. Because the design of the hands all over him is really cool.
I feel like I like the seal's idea more in that the power is chaotic and maybe it's shattering him.
Ooh, like the hands are holding him together.
Right?
Yeah,
and
I like
he
that.
puts output through his actual hands.
Right.
And the other hands are there like designed to keep him from falling apart.
So
which is kind of weird because I don't like that theory that much, but it's a cool idea. And other than that, I think the hands thing might just be there for design. Like, because we haven't seen them been used. The one time we saw them actually be like a thing where he freaked out was when All Might specifically knocked off the one over his face. So maybe All Might was wanting to get a look at his face.
Sure.
You know, just for like, okay, now I know who this is.
But since he was so worried, it could be that they're holding him together. And if that is happening, then now theories on what it would be when he takes them off.
Sure.
Would that make it so that he can just like shoot disintegrating energy at people, or like what?
I feel like he's a melee person.
Yeah.
That's his weakness. Is that he has to be touching them.
And against All Might, that kind of means he's screwed.
Right, and that's why he has a teleporting person and a tanky meat shield to immobilize him. I was kind of surprised, though, that he didn't go and start shattering All Might when they had him immobilized. Seems like he's a little bit
hesitant,
a little bit dumb. Like not as a villain, like he's stupid, but it's like he's not wanting to get his hands dirty. Like he doesn't want to be the one actually doing this. It's like this is Nomu's job. Nomu can kill him. Right. Or maybe he's just that scared of All Might that he doesn't want to get close to him.
Right. Well, yeah.
One hit. I'm guessing a shatter quirk doesn't make him super durable in any way.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
I think he is fast though.
But he still couldn't see All Might when All Might was moving.
That's true. So, but that's probably because he's got like, hand things over him and stuff.
But I loved that because I thought it was going to be the shattering thing when they did that. I like though that they did the switch to sort of the old school. We have a teleporting person. We're gonna hold like. And it was kind of the thing that
that was what I said.
Nomu would immobilize him. Then they could
separate All Might into two portals, close the portals, chop All Might in half.
Yeah.
They like literally did my tactic, because when you have a portal thing, you're separating space-time.
Right.
Which is broken in all sense of balance in terms of like if this was a video game.
Right.
Nah, teleporting, that's dumb. Yeah. Teleporting is too overpowered. Who cares if you have super strength? Use super strength into yourself from the portal that comes into the front there, and then another one comes out the back, and you punch yourself in the back. That's how ridiculous portals can get.
Or you're just teleported your fist inside of your chest, and then matter dispenser.
And then he just turns it off, and then you lost your arm at the elbow.
Right.
There's so many ways they could have done it, but I feel like they went this route because Nomu was the one that actually could.
Yes,
and All Might.
And they still made him kind of a mindless creature in the end that was just a tool to be used.
Right. So he's the weapon.
Yeah.
And Kurogiri, did I say the name right? Yeah, I think so. Kurogiri, he seems to be the one that's kind of the lieutenant, Yeah. He's kind of in charge. And then this other guy
with the hands,
Shiga something.
Yeah.
He seems to be now a little bit higher up.
Right.
And that's why he wasn't involved as much as he was giving orders.
Yeah.
And when he said father, that might mean he's like second in command. Like he's way up there.
He's
and
Daddy's
he's just
favorite.
Pissed because their tool that they created specifically just got punched into space because he used a cheat. He basically did something that they have no explanation for, which I think will be good to hear about in maybe like season 2. So what that one for all quirk like really is, because it's bigger than just cultivating a power and passing it down.
Now here's something interesting. So if you notice, they basically made it so that Deku mastered the One for All thing to a degree. He was able to punch Nomu, and his arm didn't break, but it didn't do anything to Nomu. Now, All Might just did basically an All Might punch that among All Might punches, right, and sent Nomu into space. So they basically just raised the bar on what Deku could actually
could become. Like, and they also said that in All Might's prime, he would have been able to do that in 5 hits
punches,
instead of over 300, which means that the bar is even higher than what we've seen currently.
Right.
So they're setting him up to be the most overpowered, ridiculously strong,
which is what
shonen protagonist, kind of thing ever. But they're making it be so far in the future as to where that could be that it's good, because he's not going to suddenly just snap his fingers and attain it. Haha, snap his fingers. I want to see him pull a Roy Mustang now,
where he just snaps his fingers in a shockwave of air.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of boom, and just an explosion. That would be so cool.
That would be awesome.
Okay. What do you feel about side characters being sidelined? Because this is a thing that happens in shonens.
Yeah, that's true.
But I feel like it's just the problem of having too many people on screen.
Yes. The one that I think mainly has the problem of that right now is Ochaka. Because she has been there was this thing that someone told me when they were talking about writing, and they're like, any amount of time of screen time that you give to a character, especially when you give it to them early on, that means there's going to be this assumption that they're going to be a more important character, right?
Right. Yeah.
And they did that for Ochaka.
But to be fair, the first time we see her, she just basically gravity lifts him so he doesn't trip, and then we never see her again until the very next episode, where she's helping, where she gets saved by Deku.
Yes,
so
that is
to be fair, we saw Deku, Bakugo, and All Might for a lot before we even got to her.
But Todoroki and the hardening guy.
Yes,
I get having Todoroki in there because he's in there as he's the super awesome, super cool person at the school. But the hardening guy, I feel like maybe that should have been Ochaka instead.
Sure.
I feel like she could have done some really cool stuff in that battle.
He was there because he's following Bakugo, and that's cool.
And that is cool
because Bakugo has a friend.
Right,
they have this weird kind of competitive relationship, but it's cool because they're actually, they're working with each other.
Right. Because,
I like it.
Yeah, because Bakugo usually he has such an abrasive personality. He's not going to have very many friends.
If your skin's hard, abrasiveness doesn't rub off on you.
Doesn't matter how Sundari he is, because he can
take it.
Yeah, he can.
Oh my god! There's so many hard jokes that are so hard to not make.
I am positive that.
They've already been made.
Yeah. Section of the
Kirishima,
internet devoted
you
to
are
that.
a wealth of puns waiting to be discovered.
Yes.
I am excited for that. So we have another episode still.
We do,
so
and
they could still fight a little bit more.
Yeah.
And All Might can't fight, really.
Right, and that's
what's going to happen.
That could make for a really cool dynamic because this is where we can get all the kids working together to beat an actual big villain, and they have super awesome motivation here because they're not just trying to defend themselves; they're trying to defend All Might, who's now weak. That could be really cool.
But I think if they are actually trying to defend All Might being weak, it's going to be
going to happen.
It feels wrong because then the villains could basically just go and get one kid and say All Might trade or we kill this kid. I think if anything, All Might has to do something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not going to end well. Or maybe All Might will at this point get saved by the teachers all showing up.
Or maybe he's all like, All Might trade, or this kid bites it, and he doesn't realize exactly what Deku can do, and Deku basically steps in for All Might because All Might doesn't have the power to do it, right?
Deku just gives one big uppercut to the hands guy, and all of his hands fall off.
Maybe he changes it to a middle finger too, just for good measure. That
would be good.
If Todoroki freezes the hands guy, would he be able to freeze the hands dudes to his face so he can't unseal himself?
I feel like Todoroki is holding back because All Might is there.
Sure.
But
okay.
Todoroki, I feel like, is so strong that, and his powers have range.
Yes.
He could actually beat the hands guy solo.
Possibly. If he didn't have to worry about anyone else being
If he didn't
nearby.
have to worry about anyone else. And for that reason, I feel like the fight is mostly over, but All Might still has to do something in order to make sure that the villains run away.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that the villains are going to bite it here, like, anymore.
Right, because they still do have
because
the
Kurogiri can
guy.
basically just portal them out to,
to wherever.
15,000 miles away in an instant. And, I mean, as long as he doesn't have range limitations and stuff like that.
Right.
Well, wow, guys, this is a fantastic episode. We're so looking forward to the next one.
Oh, my God.
As always, every Saturday we're doing these. Yep. We're thinking about doing a sort of a recap thing to go over season 1, like in addition, once we finish the season. It's not going to like slow down our season 2 stuff. But we were talking about the OVA as well, but it's like, it's not 100% necessary to do. So we'll probably just get right into season 2, after we're done with next episode.
But if that's just unforgivable, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments what you think's best. If the OVA has to be watched, who knows? But also, we really appreciate that you guys are not spoiling us.
Yes, thank you.
But we really want to emphasize this, especially when we do theories and stuff. If some of us are making theories, that does not mean we want your help figuring out those theories. We do this because we enjoy the discussion.
And the not knowing is part of
so for those of you that are like manga readers and you're like, oh, his theory is bullcrap, or it's actually this, on point. Or that theory is really good. Please don't do that. We have a bunch of we have a bunch of things that we are excited to see about this show, like, go down like potential routes, but we don't want things spoiled for us. So thank you very much for doing that. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, if you haven't seen it, J.J. Abrams has a whole TED Talk on the mystery box and why it's so important to maintain.
Oh yeah, that is a good one.
It's fantastic, but
I've seen that one once. All right, well, it was awesome, guys, seeing you. All right, wow. Until next time, I guess.
Yeah.
We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.